Here's the hoodie, and a $70 card my husband's sister and company CEO, Sydney, smirked as she handed me a gift bag. She had just fired me and kept my $270,000 bonus. I walked out of that conference room in silence. But inside, I knew this wasn't the end. It was the beginning of something much bigger. 3 years earlier, our journey had started from a tiny 600-square-foot apartment above a dry cleaner. There was no fancy office, no team, just long nights, endless coffee, and a dream to build a fashion brand called Lumiere. I handled everything: suppliers, design sketches, packaging, while my husband Connor worked on finances. Sydney barely showed up. She was busy teaching yoga class and talking about crystal energy. The real turning point came when a supplier introduced me to a new type of bamboo cotton fabric. It was soft, sustainable, and instantly loved by customers. Our profits doubled within months. But success has a strange way of revealing people's true colors. Sydney started taking credit for deals she'd never been part of, slowly pulling me out of meetings and removing my access to company accounts. When I confronted her, she said, "Investors like a clean story. They don't need to know you were involved." Imagine hearing that from the person who built her career on your work. I tried to focus on the creative side, but soon even that was taken. My designs were published under Sydney's name, and when our new brochure launched, her photo was on every page. Mine was nowhere. Still, I stayed quiet. Until one day at a trade show, a supplier casually said, "Sydney told me she started Lumiere after a spiritual awakening." That was my breaking point. Weeks later, they called me into a meeting. Sydney, Connor, and their father were sitting at the long glass table. Sydney smiled that same cold smile and said, "We're restructuring. You're no longer needed." Then she slid the hoodie and $70 gift card across the table, as if that could erase 3 years of my blood and sweat. I left, but not defeated. While packing my things, I opened my old laptop, still connected to the company's shared drive. Inside, I found something they'd clearly forgotten: a signed partnership agreement with my name on it. According to that document, I still owned 23% of Lumiere's intellectual property. They had erased me publicly, but legally, I still existed. I made copies of every file, every receipt, every design sketch that carried my initials. Then I disappeared quietly and started preparing my case. With my mother's help, I gathered the timeline of everything I'd built, from concept drawings to marketing pitches. She looked at me and said, "Sweetheart, never let them decide your worth." When the lawsuit finally hit, it was everywhere. Newspapers, social media, fashion blogs. Sydney tried to claim it was a misunderstanding, but the evidence was clear. She lost. Connor filed for divorce, and the court awarded me my rightful 23% share.